Hi, and welcome to this week's blog. This week I'm going to be talking a little bit about my holiday and talking a little bit about the executive functions of the brain. The executive functions of the brain are found in the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is, make sure I'm pointing to the right thing. Yeah, the frontal lobe is there on the brain, and it controls executive functions like planning and organisation, all skills, um, monitoring performance, solving unusual problems, learning rules, making decisions, controlling emotions, flexible thinking, multitasking, which, to be fair, most blokes can't do, can we? Self-awareness, in inhabiting inappropriate behaviour, and controlling and taking in information. Now, I did feel that it would be useful just to talk about a couple of the executive functions, because with me planning my holiday, obviously the planning and organisation, it comes under the umbrella of the executive functions, and it's sometimes I have trouble getting from, I come up with a plan, and you've got your A, B, and C. Your A's the idea for the plan. The B is what you need to do to get to the C, and the C is, what you plan to do and how you got there. But obviously, you've got to do the B to get to the C. But some of the things that I find quite useful is, I've got an iPhone, and I'm sure a lot of people do have either an iPhone or an Android phone nowadays, and it's really good for setting reminders, setting alarms, just to remind you to do something. So, say if someone said to you, right, can we meet on Tuesday at 4 o'clock? Is that right? Yep, so as soon as, say, my mate Sean says, I want to meet you Tuesday 4 o'clock, literally get your phone, tap it in, set a reminder on a couple of hours before, and it will remind you. More often than not, especially on my iPhone, it does come up and give me more reminders in the morning, and then it'll give me another reminder like an hour or so before I'm actually meant to be having the meeting. So that's all really good. So iPhones and lists, two of the main sort of really good things for helping, that I personally find helping for me to remember things and to help with the planning and organisation things. But sometimes things don't go to plan, so then you've got to sort of make another plan to remind to sort of sort out the problem. But yeah, so it's just a matter of making sure you just keep to your plan, and if you don't go from the plan, just stick it on tomorrow's list to do things. But obviously make, like with me when setting planning things, because I did my holiday, booked my holiday about a month or so ago, got all the transfers and that all sorted out, but I didn't until the other day, because I thought I'd be going up on the actual day first thing in the morning, but no, I'm not. So I'm going to be going up the day before, and so I had to sort out the hotel and the bus from Chippenham to Gatwick, but that's all been sorted out and that's all fine. And I'm really looking forward to the holiday, and all what Rome and Venice have to offer. It's going to be a really exciting time, and I'm sure there is going to be sort of times, especially in the first sort of day or so when I get there, it's going to be a bit, ooh, I'm on my own sort of thing. But I've done it in such a way that I'm going to be keeping myself very busy, so I'm not really going to have a chance to sort of sit there and go, well, I'm a bit lonely, but Like I said, I've set up so many excursions and places to go, and it's all literally picks you up from the hotel, and either drop you back at the hotel, or you can have a look around where you are and get a taxi, or something back later. So you've always got that option. So it's not just because you're not, going to the excursions, and that's not it, set in stone. You can actually have a look around, a bit more of a look around before you go back to the hotel. So it's really good to, and in a way, I mean, it's the company I'm going with. It's not especially for people with problems, but they do cater for your needs and that. And I said, look, I haven't travelled abroad on my own before, so it's going to be the first time, so you're going to be a little bit anxious and all that, but it's something I need to do. I'm 36, 37 in November, getting old, but it's just something I need to do. And Rome's always somewhere I've wanted to go, and I've had friends that have gone there and said you're going to have a really great time, so I'm really looking forward to that. So it's all just go and have a good time, and then come back and then plan your next trip where we're going to go. I suppose also going back to the executive functions with the making decisions, because I mean last year I had 2 weeks off work and I was going to go away, and then I couldn't find anyone to go with me, and I suppose sort of, and then I'll just go for a couple of day trips, and then I just didn't end up doing anything. So this year it's sort of kind of, right, now come on, this is the only person stopping you from doing what you want to do is yourself. And you've got to sort of really just keep reminding yourself, I can do this and I will do this. And also helps having lots, like, a very supportive family and very supportive friends that some that I've known for years, and some that I've only known for a couple of years, but they're all very supportive, and I'm really thankful for my family and friends. And I'm going off on a bit of a tangent again. So yeah, but yeah, so it's literally just planning and organisation, and I've had a really good feedback from me putting the first vlog on last week, and even though that was a little bit sketchy and sort of like not really rehearsed, or I didn't really have, but I just just felt I had to sort of just had to start somewhere, and obviously this week it's a little bit more better, but we're still early days, and each week as we come along it'll get better and better each week, and might even have some visuals next week that pop up, and that sort of thing, bit like in Star Trek or something. And that's another thing that I'll talk to you about in a few weeks, is Star Trek, because when I was actually in the coma after my brain injury, all I can actually remember is before I wake up is being on the Starship Enterprise. I mean, at the time I was really like a big Star Trek fan, and would watch Star Trek Next Generation every night before I went to bed. So obviously it was sort of like on my mind, and that, and it's, like when you dream, if you're thinking about some, if you got something on your mind, and more often than not it will actually come up in your dreams. And I mean, you got sort of dream bibles out there and that, and they mean stuff and things, but it would be interesting if with what the experiences I was going through when I was in my coma, would they sort of because I don't think there's like a coma bible out there anywhere, but I mean, I know it's still like dreaming, but I mean, maybe it's something I should look into. Anyway, going off on a tangent again, and all that. Also, looking back on my, because I put the video in from last week on a few different places, and one of them, this lady actually commented that it was sort of the video was good, and it was like she said, it was almost like you popped round to my house to have a cup of tea, and that's that's the angle I want to go from, and I think that's something I can build from. Because I'm talking to you now, and you're probably sat at home, and I'm sat at home now, just relaxed, cup of tea and that. So cheers. And just having a chat. It's nothing formal. Me just telling you what's on my mind, trying to explain the experiences and things I've gone through. So yeah, well, we're almost out of time because for some reason my the power on my tablet's sort of playing up a little bit. So next week we'll be talking a little bit more about the holiday, and I'll give you a bit of an itinerary about where I'm going and what I'm seeing and all that. And there'll be a few other things. So if you'd like to leave any comments on either Facebook or wherever I leave this video, that'd be great. Hope you all have a good week, and I'll speak to you next week. Bye.